Hello everyone and welcome to episode 4 of Jolly Programming. I'm Foxcode and I'm sorry I've not done a video in a little while. I've been busy doing other things, I get very easily distracted. But anyway, let's get on with it. I give up. Can't even play. What was that like? G, A, B, C, D, 5 notes, and I get it wrong. Awesome, let's just get straight into today. I'll fix that later. That was supposed to be Mike Tyson's Punch-Out theme from Nintendo back in the old day, but honestly, that was terrible. So, let's have a look at what I've been up to, just very briefly. This is why I've been slightly busy. Start with debugging. Let's see if this actually works. Okay. I decided I wanted to have an AI competition with one of my friends, and the game we chose was chess, but of course neither of us have chess programmed, so first we have to program chess, which is just kind of a little exercise, but it's annoying. So I'm in the middle of working that, and I've got a cool little test move button. This is my debugging. This is how sophisticated my debugging is. The only pieces that are programmed are pawns, and so when I press test move, what it should do is work out all the legal moves for the pawns, which is more than you would think when you take into special rules like passant. Actually, did I do that yet? I don't think I've taken that one into account. Anyway, test move, and it'll randomly make moves. It's not going between two teams, it's just picking out of all the legal moves on the board. And yep, it crashes when a pawn gets to the end because it goes off the end of the array. But anyway, that's what I've been up to. So, today we're going to look at conditional statements, and if we have time, loops, but they're kind of two big topics in themselves, and they're both very important. And just knowing those on top of the array knowledge you have and variable knowledge, you can program a lot just using conditional statements. So, I'm going to open... where is it? Projects on Jolly Pro, I knew it. I'm going to open whatever we did in lesson 1, which I honestly can't remember. I think it was just Hello World. And we're going to modify it. Let's just run this code to see what it actually does. Would one please tell me one's name? Oh yeah, I forgot I need to increase the font size just for those of you who are not viewing this in full HD. 18 should be enough, I would think. There we go. Okay, let's make this full screen. Okay, so what did we do? We create a variable string, a character array, full name. Oh yes, I was explaining how to get the full name instead of just one word, wasn't I? Okay, well first of all we can get rid of this because it's not used. It's just, even after a change that I know makes sense, I still always check it. Would one please tell me one's name? Captain Jean-Luc Picard, probably spelled very badly wrong. Hello, Captain Jean-Luc Picard. I'm very pleased to make your acquaintance. Excellent. So that function works. Now, we are going to modify this to ask the age of the person. So we need a new kind of variable, int age, integer, just a number, 4-byte number usually. That's it. Just a number. Right, and I tell you what, we're actually going to initialize it to 0, just for the hell of it, because we can. Right, so after we've said I'm very pleased to make your acquaintance, cout, may I ask how old you are if it is not too rude. Okay, cin, remember we're just doing this quickly, and we're going to cin this straight into age. Now this is a bad way of doing this because age is a number, it's an integer value. What if someone like writes the letter H? That causes problems, but we're not doing full-on input sanitization yet. So I'm ignoring that for now. Get user's age. Alright, let's just see if that works. Actually, we're just going to quickly return the user's age after they've typed it in to make sure it is working. So, our name is Jim Kirk. Hello, Jim Kirk. I'm very pleased to make your acquaintance. May I ask how old are you if it is not too rude? Alright, 32. 32, press any key to continue. Okay, hang on a minute. I don't know if command prompt remembers this or if it goes away when you close it. I've not done it for a while. Why do you change font size in here? Come on. What, so I can't change that? Oh. What the? Oh, this is changing the font size. I thought that was changing the window size. Alright. Ah! Oh, good God, no, I don't like that at all. Yeah, let's just leave it its default. We'll not mess around. Anyway, so we ask the age. Now, wouldn't it be good if instead of just outputting the age, we could output a message dependent on the age? So, we started off with quite a posh program here, I believe. I am very pleased to make your acquaintance. Let's turn it into a... Let's turn him into a dick. That's what this program's going to be. This program's going to be a dick. So, we need something new called if. And I'll just go ahead and write it, then I'll explain it. So, if age is less than 18, aren't you too young to be on the internets? Now, we are going to just build solution. And we're just going to write name, Timmy. Timmy! May I ask how old you are if it is not too rude? Okay, so let's say we put 90. We get no response. Press any key to continue. I'm just going to put a end line. Where did I want it? Was it there? And I think it was there. I'm just trying to spread things out a bit. And I'll just copy that actually there just to keep me happy for spacing. I'm just creating extra spaces so it's easier for you to see. Okay, this time we're going to choose a name that's less than 18. So let's pick Stewie. Stewie Griffin. May I ask how old you are if it is not too rude? Well, Stewie's what? He's a baby, so it could be less than 1. We'll just put 1. Aren't you too young to be on the internet? Hey, we get different outputs. So, let me just quickly explain first of all this symbol for those of you that don't know. In maths, this means less than. So, 5 is less than 6, for example. Then we also have greater than. So 5 is greater than 3. And in programming, we've got a few others we need to be aware of. There's less than or equal to. So, for example, 5 is less than or equal to 5. That is a true statement. Now, 5 is equal to 5. That is also a true statement. Now, it's very important. This is a key. In programming, let's say we have int a equals 5. This is an assignment. It will take a and give the value 5 to it. So, if we want to check if a is equal to 5, rather than telling a is equal to 5, we do this. A equals 5. So, that just does if a is equal to 5, output true. And that's useful in these conditional statements. So, what's going on in this? Well, we've got the word if. That's fairly self-explanatory. So, if this is true, do everything in these brackets. That's how it works. It's that simple. So, if the age is less than 18, see out, aren't you too young to be on the internet? Okay, excellent. And if not, well, nothing special happens. If it isn't, so if age is bigger than 18, this code doesn't get run, only this bit does. Okay? Now, along with if statements, we have two others. We have else ifs, which are optional, you don't need them. And we also have else, which isn't needed either necessarily. So, this is a bit more complicated. So, if age is less than 18, you are too young to be on the internet. If age is less than 40, actually no, alright, let's be BM. If age is less than 30, how about we get a beer sometime? Excellent. And now, if else, so if they're older than 30, let's just, what should we say? Let's be mean. I can't think of anything good to say. I'm usually quite good with this. How about we get a beer sometime? Okay, if you're older than that. Okay, we'll just keep it simple. Hi, Grandpa. Right, so let's run this with the 3 examples. So, would one please tell me one's name? Timmy is... Oh, so Timmy, hello Timmy, I'm very pleased to make your acquaintance. How old are you? 17. Aren't you too young to be on the internet? Excellent. Let's do it again. Now, Timmy has grown up a year, so this time Timmy is going to be 18. How about we get a beer sometime? Yeah, see? Cool, cool. And the reason 18 works is because 18 less than 18 is not a true statement. So this returns false. So this doesn't run. It then goes to this statement to check if this is true. If this does run, this can never happen. That's basically the way it works. Very, very simple. How about we get a beer sometime? I just thought, is this my... Have I been doing this? Yes, good. I don't trust myself at all. Now we need to pick someone old. Who's old? Oh. Let's just have the doctor. Hello, the doctor. I'm very pleased to make your acquaintance. May I ask how old you are if it's not too rude? 925, even though he's older than that since Matt Smith, but I don't care. 925. Hi, Grandpa. So, you see, this basically gives us the ability to change our output depending on what the user inputs. So, very, very useful. You can do a lot of things with this. My chess in fact, even though it's C#, it's a different programming language. I'll very quickly show you. No. Okay, okay, let's just take a look at this madness. So that, right, this is a function which I've not described yet, but basically all it does is tell my program if it gives a list of the legal moves that pawns can make. So here, if team is equal to team black, that just means if the piece we've got selected is a black chess piece, then the direction is -1. All that does is, traditionally in chess, you've got your white pieces here, black pieces here, and there's a coordinate system. It goes 1, 2, 3, 4 up the left-hand side, and then A, B, C, D, F. So if we're a black piece, a pawn can only move down the board, so I'm just changing its direction. So that's an example of an if statement. Also notice there are none of these brackets on this if statement. If your if statement only has one line in it, you don't need the brackets. You can actually just ignore them, but you probably should for neatness. That's a bit lazy of me there. So check if forward 1 is a legal move. So all this if statement does is it takes a board position, the x value, the y, plus the direction. So we're looking at a piece ahead of the pawn, and we're saying, is that square equal to no piece? If it is, that means there's no piece obstructing the pawn, and we can move forward. So we would then run the interior of our if statement. But of course, if a pawn can move 1 forward, we also must check if 2 is valid. But for, like, pawns in chess can move 2 on the first move. I should have explained that. So we get more complex if statements, and you nest if statements inside if statements to get basic behavior that you want. Also, this is an example. This you've not seen yet. This is OR. I suggest if you want to get an idea what this is, I'll not explain it now. You should go and Google logic gates, specifically AND, OR, and XOR, and maybe NOT, the NOT gate. So this just says if the team is white and y is 1, because that would be the starting row, assuming we're indexing from 0, then okay, the pawn is on the starting row. Or if team is black and y is 6, because that's the starting row for the black pieces. So if either of those conditions are met, the if statement will happen and run this code. Anyway, guys, that's enough about if statements for now. I'll just reload the program briefly so you can see it. Now, I know this has been a longer video, but if statements are pretty cool. Pretty cool. And I've not done a video for a while. I might go ahead and make the 5th one actually right after this, so you might be... We could have some fun. Because with if statements, well, with conditional statements, if we do loops next, then you can basically do anything. And once we add functions onto that, you start being able to code some really cool stuff. So, anyway, let's just go back to lesson 1. Hello, full name. So, we made an age, get the user's name, as we did last time. Very pleased to meet you. How old are you? Get the user's age. Also, I encourage you to try out stuff like this. Try and break it. Type in numbers for the name. Type in a letter for the age. Aren't you too young to be on the internet? That's interesting that it did that. Let me think. The ASCII value of Y is definitely above 18. Maybe. I wonder if this is a new part of the C++ standard that I don't know about. See, this is how you find out things. You just mess around. So, int age. I'm just thinking about this. Alright, what if I do... No, that won't work, will it? I'm actually wondering if it's changing the initial value or not when we use the letter. Let's try it. So, blah, blah, blah. What did I choose? H again. How about we get a beer sometime? That's interesting. My guess would be it isn't actually... If you put an invalid value in, it's not taking it. Maybe that's part of the C++ standard now. It wasn't when I learnt C++. Okay, I can't be sure, so I would look that up. In fact, I will look that up. Anyway, guys, hopefully you enjoyed it, and hopefully these if statements will allow you to do some cool things. See you next time.